Hello and welcome. This is going to be our lecture video for November 4th and 5th. We're going to be doing a step-by-step binary lesson. Go ahead and get the sheet out, put your name on it. It's also available on the extra stuff calendar if you don't have it. Or you can just write this on a separate piece of paper. All right, so solving inequalities. Step 1. We want to isolate the variable using our 6 steps to solving. We've already written down all of these, so I'm just going to abbreviate them really quick. What we look for are grouping symbols, then we look for like terms, then we move variables to one side, then we move constants to the other, and then we get rid of the coefficient by dividing. So those, and then step 6 is double check. But make sure we have 6 steps here. So those 6 steps still apply when solving an inequality. But here are the caveats. All right, so if at the end the variable is on the right, flip the entire inequality including the symbol. So the symbol will flip directions. So if at the end we have something like 2 is greater than x, we want to flip that whole thing to read x is less than 2. Notice it used to be pointing to the right, now it's pointing to the left. It still is opening towards the 2 in both of these. All right, and now step 3 is super important and unique to just solving inequalities. If at any point during solving you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip the inequality symbol. So a less than would become a greater than, less than or equal would become a greater than or equal to, and so on. Now let's go over all the symbols. I want you to write down how to actually say them. So a symbol that looks like this, we call that a less than. A symbol that looks like this, we call a greater than. A symbol like this is a less than or equal to. And like this is a greater than or equal to symbol. And we just, when we're reading off our problems, when we come to the symbol, we just say it just like this. All right, let's look at problem number 1. X minus 16 is less than or equal to negative 19. That's how we would say it. All right, so using my 6 steps to solving, There's not much to do other than constants on both sides. Let's move this away from the variable by adding 16 to both sides. Now I've got x is less than or equal to negative 13. Yep, negative 13. Variables on the left, so I can just put a box around that. All right, for number 12, variables being divided by 14, got to get rid of that with a multiply by 14. Do that to both sides. 13 times 14 is 182, but I make it negative because it's a negative times a positive. Negative 182 is greater than or equal to v, but the variable's on the right. I want to flip that around, make this read v is less than or equal to negative 182. And then box that is my final answer. All right, problem number 3. Here's where that special rule is going to come into play. So I've got negative 10 times x. To get rid of that negative 10, I've got to divide both sides by negative 10. On the left side, it cancels out and I'm left with just x. On the right side, 160 divided by negative 10 is negative 16. But I just divided by a negative, and in step 3 it says if at any point during solving you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip the inequality symbol. My greater than is now going to become a less than. Let's emphasize that this flipped. Here in problem number 3. All right, problem number 4. We've got multiple steps. I've got constants on both sides. Let's move this away from the variable by adding 5 to both sides. Now I've got 100 is less than negative 10k. I get rid of the negative 10 by dividing it away because it is multiplying our variable. Now I've got negative 10 is greater than or equal to k. Notice I flipped the inequality there. And I'm just about to flip it again. When I flip the whole thing around, I get k is less than negative 10. It still is opening towards the negative 10. And that's my final answer there. That's that for this lecture video. I'll embed a few more questions for you to practice with, but have a good rest of your day.